second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about...
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
English, mother...
Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Let's put a smile on that face.
What's up, movie mafia? Welcome back to the film room. I'm Scott. He's Dion.
So,
and today we're doing I Am Legend. So, I Am Legend, the 2007 like thriller kind
sci-fi horror,
sci-fi biological action. There's a whole lot going on
there's
here.
Definitely a lot going on.
Directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the last 3 Hunger Games movies. Do you have you seen those?
Those are the ones I haven't seen.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You just saw the first one?
I've seen Hunger Games, and the second one's Catching Fire, right? Mockingjay is the ones he did?
So
Mockingjay.
Well, Catching Fire and the 2 Mockingjays.
No, I haven't seen those.
Well, you saw Catching Fire then.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he did the new one too that came out.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay, I thought that's what you meant. Those last 3.
Right.
So last 4.
So last 4, yes. Okay,
But the last
4.
one's a prequel.
Yeah,
Confusing,
yeah.
but I get you. Yeah. I haven't seen any of those. Everything that he's made. Oh, no.
So Catching Fire.
Catching Fire, yeah.
Do you see any like similarities now you know that, or did you know that?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I didn't notice anything. No. I've never seen. I know he did. What's it called? Constantine.
Yep.
I've never seen that either, though.
No, me neither.
Yeah, but I could imagine those be similar. It's kind of dark, kind of thing.
He did, I believe, the new Napoleon movie too. Am I crazy?
You're crazy. It's Ridley Scott.
You're right. It was Ridley Scott. Yeah, I am crazy.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is the solo film, basically.
Yeah.
Starring Will Smith. This was right after The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh,
so this was Will Smith like at the height of his powers, full blown movie star.
Yeah.
He actually didn't get nominated for any Oscar for this, which I was surprised, because I feel like solo actor carrying a whole movie, the performance is really good, and I just think for an actor that, like I said, carried an entire movie by himself, basically. There's 2 other people that we see kind of throughout the. Well, I guess we see his family for a couple flashbacks.
Oh yeah, in the flashbacks.
There's the dog,
but it's very.
There's Sam, who's lit.
Sam, yeah.
But really, it's him.
Yeah, no,
and,
it really is.
And it's a successful movie. I was surprised that he didn't even get any nomination for that.
The Oscars has like a bias with like horror movies for sure. I've noticed that with they do that with a lot of people. So sometimes like. I understand maybe not the paranormal or those kind of movies, some of those, but like if it's any kind of like vampire, like zombie kind of thing, they usually don't recognize it. They don't recognize it for whatever reason. Like I was shocked that like Peele got because Get Out's kind of like in between, so they can kind of say it's like a thriller, but Nope and what's it called? What's the other one?
Us,
yeah. Those doesn't get anything. Yeah, they do
a
lot.
Yeah, I mean Get Out. I think
thriller.
Was that his best movie of the 3? Do you think? I haven't even seen Nope, to be fair.
Okay,
I
really do like Us. I really do like Us.
Us is good too.
Yeah. That's a tough question.
It is. tough.
I can't rank them. All
right, fair. We'll save that for another episode. This movie did it was $150 million budget. Did $585 at the box office. We follow Dr. Robert Neville, that Will Smith plays him, and Sam, basically in post-apocalyptic New York.
Yep.
They're chased by basically zombies, kind of. They're called Dark Seekers.
Yeah.
They never even say
that.
They
don't
in
really
the
say
movie.
that in the movie. No.
Or I think Anna might.
She calls them something else, but she doesn't say that. It's like she doesn't call them that. Okay. I can't. I'm saying that. I feel like she doesn't call them.
You
that.
might be right.
Yeah. You know what's interesting too, though? Like obviously, this was based off a novel that came out in 1954. It's kind of more presented as them being like zombies, but I mean, sorry, not zombies, vampires. But it feels more zombie-esque in this. It's almost like a weird hybrid.
Yeah, I mean,
of both.
Yeah, you're right. It's both because they can't see, like the sun hurts them, so that's the vampire aspect, and they're also attracted to blood.
Yeah,
I guess like we see in the movie, he sets a trap and he uses his blood.
Yeah,
but you're right. They're more zombies because they're humans that get infected.
Exactly.
So that's like the zombie aspect.
Exactly, and it doesn't feel. You didn't get like the whole like fang thing.
Right.
You know, I feel like whenever you see a vampire movie, you always get like like a little fang scene. It didn't really seem like their main thing was like, oh, they want to suck your blood. Even though that there was elements like even when you get further into the movie and he cracks the blood, it's like, oh, they're attracted to the blood. But it didn't really seem like they're because it's not like the stereotypical vampire that we usually see.
Yeah, I think they're attracted to blood kind of in the sense that that's how they find humans and then they eat the humans. Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, it's a mix of both. Like, if it's just a pure vampire, then they would just suck your blood and, like, leave your body. Yeah. But I think the Darkseekers would eat you. Yeah. And again, we don't really see it in the movie, but it's kind of inferred, I suppose. Yeah. But do you have anything else before we jump right in?
No. Okay.
All right, let's do it. So
let's jump in.
Yeah, so we open with not a flashback, I suppose, because we're gonna flash forward. So it's a news interview with a doctor, and she's basically explaining that they cured cancer. They reversed the measles virus and they cured cancer, and then boom, flash 3 years later, and we got Dr. Robert Neville, played by Will.
That's tough.
Whipping through the streets of New York.
Yeah, going a little joyride
with a nice little red Mustang. He's chasing
pristine looking Mustang.
It's clean.
Yeah.
And he's just nobody's in the streets. Everything's overgrown, and so we understand that it's a wasteland. He's all alone, and they're just setting up the setting really in these first few shots. Like I said, he's chasing deer. I guess he's hunting. Yeah. And then we see Sam in the car with him, his dog, and they actually get up to one deer that they kind of isolate. Yeah. And but before they get to him, a lion comes and grabs him.
Yeah. My friend, what were your thoughts on that when you saw that lion?
The lion?
Yeah, just curious. Lion being in the city.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to that later.
Yeah. Okay.
So and then we get to his house. We see all the food stockpiled all over his apartment or his house. And he's giving Sam a bath, and he locks up the house. Yeah. So we start to understand that he's doing this for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Like he's blocking all the windows with these metal panels,
like barricades or whatever.
Yeah. Locking all the doors. There's like 100 locks on his door.
Yeah, and it was all triggered just from like an alarm. So we know that he does like a routine. Yeah. Alarm starts going off, and he kind of like zones out, and he's just like, oh shit, and then he just goes into locking up everything.
And we start to see the sun kind of go down. Yeah. So I mean, this was I don't even know how many times watching the movie. Okay. So I knew it was based on the sun going down.
True. Yeah.
But I feel like our first watch, that's something you wouldn't really notice.
No, yeah, probably not. You'd probably just figure you wouldn't know exactly what's going on. Like it's not completely obvious. How many times have you seen this movie a bunch of times?
Yeah, I don't even know how many times. Yeah. It's one of those ones that I would just see on TV and
it's on.
I'd be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? If I'm not doing anything. But and it would play on TV a lot.
Yeah, no, it would.
That's what I mean. Like popular movie, Will Smith solo act. Man, he didn't even get a nomination. I'm mad about that.
I gotta say one thing too, just because it's on the top of my mind too. I feel like a dystopian movie is like a marketer's wet dream, because as he was driving through the city, it's just like a perfect opportunity to have all this product placement, because it's in New York too, so it's already all these things. So you're just seeing like I saw a Batman and Superman poster. It was huge. It was massive. And I made me thinking too, like this was 2007. Like the poster looked like the Batman versus Superman poster, but this was 2007.
I remember
the movie didn't come out till 8 years later.
Yeah, I remember seeing like conspiracy theories. Well, I guess it's not conspiracy theory because I don't know if it was the same studio. Like they might have already known it was coming out, so they
there's like a little pudding. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that was in Times Square.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, there's ads all over the place and different posters. So maybe they knew that this was in the Batman v Superman was
putting
in the
it in your
works.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like our last episode, it was a little Inception, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
putting the idea subconscious.
In there. Yeah, that's true.
Careful, Dion. Before you know it, you'll be committing suicide because reality around you will not seem to be real.
We're all in a dream.
Yeah, exactly. So he's locking up the house. Yeah, and then we see him like lying in the bathtub. Him and Sam are lying in the bathtub, and he's got a gun. Yeah. And why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like he locks up
a whole home.
Because then, like right after this, there's the flashback, and then when it comes back to present time, he wakes up in his bed. So at what time did he get out of the bathtub and go to his bed? Why was he in the tub?
I don't know. Yeah, that's more safe than being in a bed for whatever reason.
What does that
I don't know what that changes. They're gonna he thinks the zombies are so stupid. They're like, yo, he's not in his room.
They'll never
Let's get out of here. He's not in his room.
Yes, we got in. We finally got in. Get the. He's not in bed.
Well, he can't be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I think I hear something in the bathroom. Nope. No, we got other places to check. Let's get out of here. Come on. So, like I said, so we flash back.
Yeah.
To New York, and the streets are filled. It's regular New York, and it's basically going into quarantine. So everybody's pulling out of the streets. He's getting his wife and his daughter, and he's bringing them. They're evacuating the island.
Yeah.
I guess Staten Island, or
I think so.
well, no, if it's Times Square, then it must be Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, so I suppose it's Manhattan. Yeah, he's getting his wife and his daughter out, and basically they're just kind of they're starting, because we flash back a few times.
Yeah.
And this is the first one, so they're just letting us know kind of the chaos of what it was like closing down the streets. And absolutely, like, could you imagine, like, Manhattan, there's a gajillion people, and you're trying to evacuate the whole thing, and this virus is spreading like crazy. Like that would be absolute madness.
Absolute madness.
Even the fact, to be honest, that they drove as far as they did.
Yeah.
They were able, like, they have to stop and get out of the car and start walking because there's just so many cars.
Yeah.
But they only have to walk like a couple blocks. I feel like
true.
they would be. That's New York regular.
Yeah.
It's already jam packed. Like, at a time like this, I feel like it would be completely blocked for miles.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I feel like for them, like, I was wondering, like, how did they just come out on the news and everyone just panicking? You think they would know ahead of time, so then they could leave faster?
I suppose it depends on kind of how fast the virus was spreading.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, if it was going super fast and you didn't have time to, like, evacuate this, and you probably had, anti-virus, anti-dark seekers saying, no, it's fake news, it's not real. You know what I mean? The government's just trying to get you out of your home.
That's true. That's 100% true.
I'm sure that played a factor.
Oh yeah, shout out Willow Smith too.
That's Willow Smith. Yeah, daughter. She's playing in it. Then we come back to present day, and we see Robert Neville. He goes down into his basement. Like I said, he wakes up in his bed.
Yeah.
At some point in the night, he leaves the tub, goes to his bed, and he goes to the basement, and we see his lab set up.
Yeah.
So we understand that he's a scientist, and he's has all these rats.
Yeah.
So he's doing these tests on rats, trying to find a cure, basically. So we're like, okay, I mean, we knew the virus was happening, and he's trying to cure the virus. We still haven't seen any of the dark seekers yet, but we're like, okay, we understand he's trying to cure it. And some of the rats are going crazy, trying to break out, like killing themselves, basically trying to break out. So we're like, we can assume that this is what the people would become.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Because at that point, we haven't seen any of the people.
Yeah. So I mean, so this is where we kind of learn in these first few scenes basically what his day-to-day life is.
Yeah.
Like, the first maybe half hour of the movie is just kind of giving us his daily routine, which is pretty cool. I mean, when you think about it as if you're the only man in Manhattan, like, you're totally by yourself, what would your daily routine be? And he can't go out at night, obviously, right?
No, it's true.
So, like I said, we're seeing his daily routine. So he goes to the video store.
Yeah.
He says what's up to some of his mannequin friends that I guess he set up.
Yeah.
He must have,
right?
I'm
assuming so. Yeah.
So he says what's up to some of his homies that he sees every day. He grabs a movie, and he would be a great guest for the pod. Now that I think of it.
Why you say that?
Robert Neville.
Oh, because
he's seen a gajillion movies.
Yeah, it's true. He's making his way through G.
Exactly.
So that means he's done A, B, C, D. Like, he's gone through everything, probably.
You're right.
If he's just going through G
now,
not
everything. He's done A, B, C, D, E, F.
No, but that's a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
All movies from A to F is not a lot.
And think about how many movies start with
That's what I mean. Actually, does it work like that? I don't know how. Do they do, like, the second word? Or is it just Because I feel there'd be a lot of uhs.
That's a good
I
question.
don't
We
know.
gotta contact whoever was running Blockbuster.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go to a Blockbuster. It'd be easy to figure that out.
Man, good thing that didn't happen today, or else you wouldn't be able to get the movies.
Oh yeah, true.
Blockbuster wouldn't
Sunrise.
exist.
They got Sunrise.
Yeah,
You can't rent them. I mean, he's stealing.
He's just what do you want him
At
to
the end of the day,
pay?
he's stealing.
So yeah, we're seeing his daily routine. He goes to the video store. He's talking to his homies, and then he goes and he starts breaking into apartments.
Yeah.
He's gathering supplies, gathering food, medicine, and he's opening all the windows.
Mm-hmm.
So he's letting all the light in.
Yeah.
Which is really smart. I mean, it's just if you're trying to basically limit the space of where these dark seekers can hang out,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, taking all the light out. But at the same time, if he wants to cure them, because we realize he doesn't want to kill them all.
No.
He wants to save them all, right?
Yeah.
So if he wants to cure them, then you would need to leave them space to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that counterintuitive, you think, the window thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really maybe not that serious.
No. But no, I see your point, though.
Yeah.
I see your point.
But I guess he's just maybe leaving spaces for him to be able to go and, like I said, salvage and get resources, food,
No, it's true.
medicine, all these kinds of things. And then he goes to the seaport at the edge of the island, and this is where he broadcasts for survivors. So
He's a daily broadcast.
yeah, exactly. So he sets up his radio, and he has the same his script that he basically he recites every day, saying, "My name's Dr. Robert Neville. I'm here in New York. If there's any survivors, I can provide food, shelter, blah blah blah.
I'll be here when the sun is the highest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're avoiding the dark seekers.
Yeah.
Anything stand out to you at this point? Or I will say, what I noticed at this point, especially because the sun is so important in this movie, because of, like we said, the dark seekers can't touch the sun. It starts burning their skin, basically. I noticed that, like, the lighting, like we said, Francis Lawrence, who directed it, kind of used like Michael Bay lighting. I found like we get a lot of like flashes of sunlight, like the camera's panning, or we see like it behind Will, and it's kind of creeping over his face. The sun is really prominent, as well as like a lot of oversaturation in the colors. Like the colors are very vibrant, like a Michael Bay style film would be, you know, like a Transformers or.
I was trying to think. I haven't seen a Michael Bay movie in a while. Now I think about it, but that's a good point. I didn't notice that.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't notice that. No,
there was something. It was something that jumped out at me. I was like, man, the sun is really. He's really emphasizing the sun in these shots, and the color too. I really noticed.
Yeah, I wonder, maybe he did his research, and because Will did the Bad Boys movie, he did 1 and 2, and Michael Bay directed those. So maybe he was like doing his own Will research and be like, how good does Will look? Yeah, I gotta look. And that was one of the most. He's like, okay, he was just in Bad Boys a couple years ago. I was like, okay, this is how I should light this guy.
Yeah,
I wonder if directors do that. Probably. Look at it, they're like their leading guy, and how should I light this guy? How do other people light him? Or maybe I'm gonna light him my own way.
I'm sure they do.
Maybe.
I'm sure they at least watch to get ideas, or at least, or maybe even Will kind of had some input.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, look at me in Bad Boys 2 and do that." I was looking good in Bad Boys 2.
Fresh in
Michael
Bad
got
Boys
me looking
2.
right. You better come correct.
Yeah, it's just me, all right? You only got to worry about me, so
exactly.
make it look good, fam. And then, so, like I said, he's broadcasting, and then he's actually on an aircraft carrier. He's hitting golf balls, having a good time. And Sam kind of creeps up. He hears something. So they see a deer again.
Yeah.
And Sam starts to chase him. So they're chasing the deer, and the deer bolts into a dark room.
Yeah.
A dark building.
Like abandoned building,
Yeah. Sam jumps in after him, and he starts freaking out. It's like, Sam, no. And we're like, oh, shit, why, what's the big deal with the, you know what I mean? Like, why is he freaking out so much? He's like, Sam, no. And he's like hesitant. We see him hesitant to go in. But I feel like this is kind of a big moment for his character, for us seeing his character. Because like I said, we see that conflict where he knows the danger of going into this dark room. Yeah. But he loves Sam. Yeah. And it's his only companion that he's had for 3 years. Yeah. And he can't just let him go.
No. There's two things to that. And I was saying it to my dad as I was watching. I was like, obviously you care about animals and stuff like that, but you've had a dog now for a little bit. I quasi have a dog through my family.
Yeah.
So now I know that extra love of like having a dog relationship where it's like, yo, that's my dog. And he's the only person I have. Yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. And it's the only person that's with me. It's like I can't leave him.
You got.
Yeah, because maybe as a kid when I watched the movie, I'd be like, yo, leave that damn dog, yo.
Damn.
As a ruthless kid.
Damn.
But now it's like, nah, you gotta go in. You know?
And it.
Go save Oscar.
And like you said, like, yeah, Oscar's my dog. I'm 100% going in for Oscar. That's my dog. But not only that, like, it's your only companion.
Yeah.
You have nobody else.
Mm.
And he hasn't seen anybody else, we assume, I suppose,
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Mm.
Well,
yeah, maybe not.
Maybe two and a half.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe 2.5.
Yeah,
However,
we don't.
long
Yeah,
that
we don't
was.
actually really find out. We just assume it's.
But a long time.
Yeah, he's talking to mannequins. So
Yeah, you're right.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
He was even
named
going to
them.
ask one of them out.
Yeah, he named them.
He was asking Sam. He's like, "Oh, you think she's looking at me? Should I go say hi?" And then he chickens out. He couldn't say hi. He's like, "All right, I'll go say hi tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll muster up the courage." So yeah, he's got to go save Sam.
Yeah.
So he comes in. He's got his flashlight on the gun. He's Sam. Like, come here.
Tense.
Very tense scene because I like what the director did here is he kept all the light out.
Yeah.
And basically we're seeing it as Will would see it.
Yeah.
So we're only seeing the spotlight of what his flashlight is covering, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the whole time, I mean, I've seen the movie, but like the first time I remember like I'm barely like peeking through my eye because I'm just waiting for him to like turn a corner.
Yeah, and something's gonna pop up. And we don't even know what to still at this point. Like
You're
from
right.
first view at least.
We haven't even
We
seen
still
a Dark
don't
Seeker
know.
yet.
Yeah.
Were you like that too?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you watched this movie?
Honestly, I haven't watched the movie in a while, so I knew something was going on here, but I didn't know when it was coming. So that was somewhat fresh to me.
Okay.
I knew something was coming, but I was like, is it on this turn? Is it on this turn? So it actually had me. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, so he finds Sam and he's like hiding under a desk and he's like backing away from a corner or whatever.
Yeah.
Will turns the flashlight and bam, this is when we see the Dark Seeker. It jumps at Will. I keep saying Will.
Yeah, it's whatever.
At Robert.
Say Will. You can say either one.
Yeah, it's the same guy. He kills him, but the sound alerts all the other Dark Seekers in the building, so they start booking it out of there.
Yeah.
They see a little door. He tells Sam, "Get the hell out! Go!" Sam leaves him. Sam was like, "I bet I'm out of here."
He was like, yo, get out of here. And he was like, I wasn't even looking back.
he was like, I'm out. I'm out of here.
He redeems himself later though.
Yeah. Sam's the
He's
man.
a real one.
He's a real. She actually.
Oh yeah, true. It is a
She. Yeah,
It is
she's
she.
a real one. And so Will's getting chased. They start climbing on his back, so he jumps out through the window, and this is where we see them start to like burn up in the sun.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, okay.
And that makes sense why the whole staying away from the dark and keeping all the lights and all those things.
Right. So this is, I feel like, when the movie really starts.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, before this point, it's basically just setting up the setting. We're like, okay, he's in New York. The streets are empty. He's testing on these rats, and we know that there's a virus, so there's infected people. And we're like, okay, now we know why he locks up like his building in the dark.
Yeah.
We realize why he's out during the day, why he's foraging for food and going to we understand basically what his daily routine is and why everything's set up the way it is, and now the movie can begin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a perfect setup. Now we understand what's going on. The mystery is good, but now you have a clear. There's still mystery going on as the movie goes on because we don't know what's gonna happen. But now you have a little more understanding, so we know where the base of this movie is and like where we're gonna be going forward.
Yeah, and it's done well, like we were saying, but it's like I think it was about a half hour maybe.
Yeah,
of these scenes, so they really take their time with it, which I liked. But it's not drawn out.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between taking your time and being slow. And a half hour could be seen as slow just to set up a person's daily routine and set up a setting.
Yeah.
Like, that could be considered slow, but I don't feel like it is.
No,
that
I don't
could be
think so.
nostalgia. Like if I looked at it more maybe objectively, but to be honest, I don't know. I think because Will is killing these scenes, he's like his chemistry with Sam is great.
Yeah.
And we just get the feeling of a guy that he seems happy, honestly, like in his daily routine and his little interactions with mannequins. Like, another reason he should have got at least an Oscar nom. Like, do you know how hard that would be?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't. I'm not an actor.
No,
but I can imagine.
You can imagine.
Like, like what I've heard from actors is saying, you know, being able to play off other
feed off
actors,
other-
especially good actors.
Yeah.
You know, they say working with a really strong actor makes your job easier.
Yeah.
Because it just gets you more and more into character.
And
Talking
it pushes
to
you.
nothing
Yeah.
and a dog, like
what do
he's
you-
doing so well considering these factors.
100%. I completely agree. And it's one of those things too where it's like he's definitely past this, but it's always wild to think that like he didn't want to be an actor growing up. He has no acting experience. Like he got into acting through the TV show and then has just flourished ever since then. Most people like go to like acting school and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is where, like we said before, he sets a trap. So he sets a trap in the same place that he just was, basically.
Yeah.
He takes some blood, cracks it open, and he catches a zombie, catches a dark seeker, pulls it out, and then we see one start to chase after him, kind of not chase after him, but like come out of the
a little
building.
bit, peek out of the building.
We
a little
see
bit.
his face start to burn, and he like yells at Will, and Will's like, "Oh shit," because he's like, "Oh, they're actually showing a little bit of like human side, like they're actually thinking like he ignored his survival instincts."
Yeah.
Because we see later he does like a video log, a vlog.
Like,
I suppose.
documenting. Yeah.
And this is when he tells us that he's immune to airborne and contact, but Sam's only immune to airborne.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, it was the first time I noticed a Darkseeker kind of ignore his survival instincts because he's getting burned by the sun.
Yeah, and still like trying to push through a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is when, well, we don't learn this, but in doing research, like the person or the Darkseeker that he caught is that person's mate.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Afterward, not during the watching,
Okay.
but like afterwards, I would like when looking into it, I was like, oh shit, it makes sense.
It does make
as
sense.
as you go through.
Especially as when we get there was an alternate ending.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's
so
what,
that it would be important in that time.
But in the
or-
original one,
yeah,
it doesn't.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So he brings the Darkseeker to his lab. He tests a vaccine, and it doesn't work. It kills the Darkseeker, but then he like injects it with something, and it comes back to life.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure
I don't know
how that works, but
either.
I'm
Are they the
not a chemist.
undead? Can you really kill them? I don't know.
No, I think you can kill them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
they can definitely.
Yeah, they
die.
definitely can die. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't
but
know how that worked either.
It is what it is. Then we get another flashback.
Yeah.
So we see again the frantic state of the island. Everybody's going crazy, backed up. They have like these ferries going across, and everyone's trying to get on the ferries, obviously, right? Because they know if they're stuck on the island, they're
Yeah,
screwed.
you're done. Yeah.
Yeah. And people are trying to get their kids off. There's one woman that's even she's started
bleeding out
from
her eye. Yeah, she's saying we're not infected.
Yeah, so we're like, you're certainly infected.
Yeah, I don't
And
know about
she's-
your
but
daughter,
She's like,
but-
just take my baby. Like,
Yeah.
please take my baby. And yeah, no, that doesn't.
That's rough.
That doesn't go well. But I mean, I can imagine that would be realistic in that.
Oh, like
case,
how
you know
everything.
what I mean?
Yeah, how everything.
Like
was
everyone's
the
just full
chaos.
desperation.
Yeah.
Like all bets are off. Like the military's there, like scanning people to make sure that whoever they are bringing across is not infected and
Yeah.
trying to keep order. But it's absolute mania.
Yeah, I wonder, can they really scan people just by scanning their eye to see if they're?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not even shitting on it. I was just actually just wondering. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's to be fair, this is in a universe where they cured cancer.
Yeah, that is true.
So sure, yeah,
yeah,
sure.
but you get benefit of the doubt.
yeah.
Maybe I was just asking, I was throwing it out there because maybe you're like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't mind when there's things like that in a movie as long as it doesn't like take me out of a movie.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something that's super ridiculously ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
No,
some
that's not
Fast
that
and
crazy.
Furious shit.
yeah.
Then sometimes that shit, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like I even know going into those movies, like I'm going in like not caring.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's
No,
like,
sometimes it's a little wild.
damn.
Like, all right, you guys are doing too much.
yeah. So I didn't mind it in this
Yeah.
case. So they scan his daughter, she's good. They scan his wife, and it says she's
Not good
infected.
at first.
So they're like, nope, she can't go. He's like, no, scan her again. He's freaking out. They're trying to pull her away, and then he basically he pulls the boss card.
Yeah,
on
he
him.
does.
He's like, I'm Sergeant Robert Neville, and I'm ordering you to scan her again. And this dude's hesitating, and I'm like, dude. He waits like 10 seconds,
Yeah,
like
I know.
contemplating, like, should I scan her again? And then he's like, all right, scan her again. If you would, the scan is a quick shot of your
it's a
eyeball
2
and it's
second.
done.
Yeah, I know.
Wha-
I don't
you
know what he was
wasted more
thinking about.
time.
I don't know what you're thinking about. It takes 2 seconds.
He's wasting more time being like grilling
Yeah.
grilling Will, being like, no, I'm not scanning her. when he could have just boop. done it
Yeah, he's
real
acting like
quick.
you have to like take her blood, send it to the lab, wait 2 weeks or something. Dog,
Exactly.
it happened in 2 seconds.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why this guy was power hungry and just he didn't want to
bugging.
scan her again. But anyways, so they scan her again and now she's good.
No, she's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so they go into the helicopter, and this is when his daughter gives him Sam.
Yeah.
So his daughter Marley, named after Bob Marley, we
Yeah.
later find out, gives the dog. She's just a puppy at this point.
Yeah.
To Sam, and she says at this point, she says, "Sam, you protect Daddy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I know.
damn,
Yeah.
it's tough.
It is tough.
It's tough, but it's heartwarming.
It is heartwarming.
Like you can understand kind of why he would have that connection with Sam. I mean, you
Yeah.
have that connection anyway.
Regardless,
Dogs are the
because it's your
best.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at that
But-
point, it was like a puppy, though. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, no, 100, either way.
But now that I think about it, taking care of a puppy is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So he's on an island with these people getting infected, like turning
Yeah.
into zombies, and he's trying to do this research to
Mhm.
find a cure. Like that's the whole reason he's staying back, right?
And
is
also
he wants
raising
to
a
stay-
puppy. Yeah,
And
it's
he's
insane.
taking the puppy out every 2 hours
my
to go to the bathroom. He's training it,
Oh, my
and it's she's so well trained, right?
Yeah.
Like as they go into the movie, like they're hunting together.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
doing so. Yeah, he's going out for walks. Like, how is he walking this
Oh my
dog?
God, yeah, and imagine all the barking too. It's like, yo, don't bark right now. Like at night,
Yeah,
it starts
true.
barking at night. You're like,
Well, they would have locked up the house, I suppose, but
I guess, but still,
no. But you're right. They didn't want.
them to know.
Yeah, you're
where.
right.
That's what I mean. It's such a headache. Just put them in the basement, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe with all the rats that he's testing.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose at that point he wouldn't have the full setup.
Yeah, true.
But yeah. And then we get the scene, the intensity kind of picks up here,
Okay.
where
Yeah.
how did you get out here, Fred?
Oh yeah, the
So
Fred
he's
scene, the Fred
so
scene,
he's
yeah.
driving around and he sees his boy Fred, his mannequin friend, who is out on the street, and he's like, "Fred, how the hell did you get out here? Are you real, Fred? If you're real, tell me right." So he's losing
Yeah,
it.
he's
like,
losing his mind.
yeah, he's. I mean, you can understand after like 2.5 years or whatever, no human contact.
Yeah.
He's going crazy. He starts shooting randomly, freaking out. Like he guns Fred down.
Yeah.
Starts shooting at buildings.
This scene confused me though because like how much time has passed? Like is this my two thoughts were, is this the same mannequin from the video store and he moved them, and like how much time has passed since that's happened for him to forget, or does he just have two mannequins and they're wearing the same thing?
Well, I think it's that. I think it's
Two mannequins wearing the same?
wearing the same thing. And I think it's the same day. And the reason I say that is because one, when he does the broadcast and we see Anna says she was there
Yeah.
right at midday and he wasn't there because he gets knocked out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And also right after the next day, he's talking to the mannequin in the video store that he promised Sam he would talk
that's
to
true. That's
tomorrow.
True. And Fred was still there.
And he was talking to the mannequin and saying, "I promised my friend I would talk to you
that's
today."
true.
And he said he would do it tomorrow.
That's true.
So
that's a good point.
I think it's one
So
day.
it's probably the second one. He's had two mannequins in the same store.
And
I
he
already
just forgot
confused
'cause he's
himself
so-
like that.
And Manhattan's huge.
Oh no, that's
So
true.
so you would maybe forget where you were setting
Putting
up
the mannequins. That's
and,
true.
And I mean, because he gets, well, I'll say because he traps himself.
Yeah.
Right? So he's walking up to Fred and he steps on like a cord and ties his ankle, and a car comes down and basically the pulley system pulls him up and he knocks his head on the ground, knocked
Yeah.
out. So he must have set that trap up too.
Yeah, and he completely forgot about
Yeah.
it. Who knows how long ago he said about it.
Exactly.
Well, before you continue after that, I have to say one point just because we're on the scene. Have you seen the Kevin James skit about this scene?
I don't think so.
Does that not sound familiar
I love
to you?
Kevin James though, so
He's
I'm excited.
freaking hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Okay, During COVID, he was doing something where he was pretending to be a sound guy on TikTok, and he'd insert himself into movie scenes. And he inserted himself into this scene where he was a sound guy holding just a boomstick, and he was like, "Fred, what are you doing out here?" He's like, "I'm trying to get sound. I'm just trying to get sound." It's like, "Are you real?" I was like, "I'm very real. I'm very." It was. You got to go check it out after.
I got.
And the funny part is too, like, no, actually, I won't even spoil it, so you can see it fresh. But it's hilarious because he's just going back and forth with him, and he starts pulling out the gun. He's like, "Yo, dude, I'm just trying to get some sound here." It's good. Everyone's got to check this out.
Yeah,
Just type in Kevin James, I Am Legend, and it'll come up.
That sounds amazing. And I friggin' love Kevin James. He's so funny.
Hilarious.
King of Queens
Yeah.
is the best show ever. He's
so good.
He's so funny. So yeah, I'm gonna watch that video for sure. That sounds great. I could just imagine him doing this. Like as you're telling me the story, explaining it to me, I can just see it.
It's good.
I just know it's great. So Robert, his watch, because he sets his watch every day for when the sun's gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
So his alarm goes off and it wakes him up, and he's like, "Oh shoot, okay." He assesses the situation. He's like, "Okay, I realize where I'm at." Comes to his wits, and he cuts himself loose. He pulls a knife out, cuts the cord, and as he falls, he stabs himself in the leg.
Oh god, that was rough.
Ooh. Do you think? I don't know. I feel like in movies, a stab to the leg is like nothing. In this movie, it's a big deal. And in real life, it would be a big deal.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I remember actually when I was watching it this time, and he stabbed himself in the leg, and I was like, okay. And he goes, like he lets out a big yell, and I was like, huh. Because I don't know. I think I've just been like
So
brainwashed by so used to like seeing big action movies with these super tough, characters that get stabbed in the leg, and it's nothing.
Yeah, bring it back to Arnold again, because we'll use Arnold as an example. If he got stabbed, you just pull that shit right out. And just throw it to the side and walk away.
He'd just take a bite out of it and throw. he wouldn't even care.
He'd take it out with his teeth.
Exactly. You wouldn't even care. And like we said, the alarm goes off because the sun's going down.
Yeah.
So this is when we get the zombie dogs. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
No, it was cool.
And so they start to run after him, and there's a little sliver of sunlight, just perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect. And the dog gets caught in it, which is kind of crazy because as the dogs are running full speed, and he gets hit by the sun and starts to freak out, and he stops,
Gets burned.
turns around,
Goes back, yeah.
but he was almost like through.
Past. Yeah, I know.
He might as well have just kept going. You know what I mean? So the zombie dogs are waiting for the sunlight. The sun's going down in between the buildings. The light sliver is getting smaller and smaller. He's crawling back. He's crawling back, trying to get to his car where his gun is, because he doesn't even have a gun.
Yeah, no, the gun is on the other side.
Oh, right, it's on the other side of the light.
When he fell, it dropped him.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. So he doesn't have a gun. There's a gun in the car, and the sliver of light goes away. The dogs come. They start fighting. Sam comes in, starts protecting him.
Yeah, real one.
Sam is an OG. He's protecting Neville. Gets in a fight with one of the dogs. Neville fights the two of them off, shoots them, shoots the one off of Sam, and our boy Sam gets bit.
Sam's done, man.
Or our girl.
Oh yeah, our girl.
Our girl Sam gets bit.
Our girl Sam.
She
man.
starts limping, and we're like, oh no, that's not
That
good.
was tough.
And one note I have to say here.
Okay, yeah.
Why are there no other Dark Seekers?
What do you mean?
So 3 dogs come out. There's gunshots.
Yeah.
They're barking.
Mm-hmm.
They're going crazy. The sun's gone down.
Yeah.
Where are the other Dark Seekers?
This dude's got a
shouldn't they be
vendetta.
swarmed at
This
this
dude's
point?
got a vendetta. He's been more following him, maybe just in the dark. I don't know.
Well, then why didn't he come get him?
That's true.
The sun's
Good
down.
point. Yeah, he
if the
was
dogs
there.
Can be
True,
out.
he was there. He let his dogs go, and then he didn't
And
go
then-
himself.
Yeah.
Good point.
I was like, why are they not murking Will right now? His leg
point.
is stabbed. Sam's out of commission.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Honestly, I didn't
I-
even question it.
I was
I was
like,
just like, all right, they're there. I
There
don't know
should
where
be a
everyone
swarm
else
of
is.
zombies
Yeah,
right now.
I don't know.
What,
I don't,
they're just chilling?
I don't know what the zombie population is.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, they do say it was like, because he said 90%, when he's talking to Anna later,
Yeah.
he's like 90% died,
Yeah,
and then 1% is immune.
yeah.
So there's 9%, and he goes based on like the world population. There's
Yeah.
this many zombies, but I don't know how many of them are specifically in New
Yeah.
York, to
No,
be fair.
yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah. Where are they, bro?
I didn't even think about. That's a good point.
So we go back to the lab. He brings Sam back. He tries to cure.
Yeah.
doesn't work, and he chokes her out. Oh, that's tough. This is tough.
Yeah, because she starts checks the teeth, checks the eyes, then she starts biting at him, and he's like, there's no going back.
Yeah,
now.
there's nothing else he can do at this point.
That's tough.
But man, like he's got to kill his own dog, his best friend, his only companion. Man, this is tough in the movie.
That is tough. It's a tough scene.
And this is where, right after this, then he buries Sam.
Yeah.
And then there's a great shot right after this that I had to shout out.
Okay.
He's in the car, so he just buries Sam.
Okay.
He's in the car, and then he stops moving, and the camera is face on in the car, and then it starts backing up, and it pulls back through the street, and it goes far, 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 and the car is just staying in the middle of the street, and everything else is completely empty.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just really like this shot. I think it really showed how alone he was at this point. Yeah, exactly.
Point. Yeah.
Like the car is getting smaller and smaller as the camera's pulling further and further away, and I just really like that shot. I thought it was really cool.
Oh, that's good. I gotta go back and look at that shot. I remember the scene you're talking about right after he buried him, but I don't remember that scene specifically. Maybe I put my head down and take a note or something.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
might have missed it.
So right after this, he goes back to the video store, and this is where he goes to the girl mannequin that he promised Sam that he would start spitting at the next day. And he's crying, and he says, "Please say hello to me. Please say hello to me." Like
that was tough.
He's really just showing he's breaking as a character.
Yeah.
Like Sam dying. Not only that, him having to kill Sam is just completely broke him. He's gone 2.5 years trying to find a cure, being completely alone. Sam is his only companion. Now she's gone, and he's totally alone, and he's just completely breaking down at this point.
And to your point too, that scene alone, you could put that in like a compilation of the reasons why he should have been nominated, at least nominated. Just that scene, just crying to a mannequin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
like he's not crying to another human; he's crying to a mannequin.
And it's so good,
believable. Yeah, you could tell he's upset.
Really good.
Yeah, but
maybe he was imagining Jada getting.
Okay, let's move on.
So
no Will slander right now.
No, you're
next episode.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're gonna see you next. So next he's out at night. So he's out. So he's out at night, and he's in the car, and he starts running zombies over.
Yeah.
So he's freaking
Killing
out.
spree.
Yeah, die zombies, die.
Yeah.
Like he's just like we said, he's broken at this point. He's running zombies over. He doesn't care about curing them anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care about his own life at this point.
You're reckless.
The car gets flipped over, and one of the dark seekers is about to come kill him, and then boom, a light flashes on him, and he gets saved by we don't know who.
Yeah.
But we know he gets saved at this point. And then another flashback.
Yeah. It was dude. It was the same. I kept calling that infected guy dude. I was about to say dude.
We'll call him dude.
Yeah, it was
he
dude.
doesn't have a name.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name. So
We'll
it was dude. It's the same dude.
Yeah.
That burned his skin. The same dude that let out the dogs. It was the same dude that was trying to get him before the Flash. That guy's been following him all throughout the movie.
Yeah, he's the leader of the Dark Seekers.
Yeah.
He's
I
the
guess
Dark
so.
Seeker.
Yeah, he's the Dark Seeker.
Dude.
Seeker.
Dude the Dark Seeker?
Yeah, dude.
dude the Dark Seeker. I love it. So we get the flashback. Or did you have anything else you want to say?
No.
That's
good. That's good.
So we get the flashback back to, like we said, Will got his wife and his daughter on the helicopter. They're about to be going to the other side of New York, I guess, getting off the island. And they blow up the bridges. And then there's a helicopter kind of beside them. And a bunch of people start piling on top. Or I don't know if those are supposed to be Dark Seekers. Or I think it was people kind of like desperate, right? Because they're like, you're leaving it. Like, we had to get on this helicopter. So they drag that helicopter down. And it's about to hit
the other
the helicopter with his wife and daughter in it. And it cuts right there.
Yeah.
So we're led to believe that they died. I guess we don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because I think that ties into the fact why he would even go crazy like that. Because if in his mind, at least if he thought that they're out there, he wouldn't have done what he did that last night. Maybe there's a chance I could get back to my family. Yeah. But if they're dead and then Sammy just died, he's like, what am I living for now?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have anybody to
Yeah,
go
I think
back
you're
to.
right.
That's
I
why I
think-
was assuming that
Yeah, I think you're right.
they just didn't want to show it. It's cheaper.
No, exactly.
Cheaper that way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right. Cut it
That
right
explosion.
there. Like,
If it was
yeah.
Michael Bay, he would have put it in.
100%. You're right.
He's like, let's come
save
back
a
on the
little guap
budget.
on
Yeah.
this one. Yeah, nice. So he wakes up in his house on his couch to Anna and Ethan making breakfast.
Yeah.
So Anna is these are the two that saved Will. It's a woman and a child, Anna and Ethan, and they just make themselves right at home, huh?
Yeah, start cooking.
This is what I
breakfast.
noticed. I was
You're
like,
watching
he
Shrek.
wakes up, Shrek's playing on the TV. They're eating eggs and bacon.
Yeah.
You just broke into someone's house, started cooking, threw on a movie. Like they were getting comfy,
They got
man.
mad comfortable. You don't even know this dude. Sure, you've been
No.
hearing on the broadcast. I mean, nothing.
They heard him once.
Yeah,
They heard him once on the
true.
broadcast, showed up, saved him, and was like, they got mad comfy in this crib, man. They didn't care.
which he's justified when he gets angry later.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
saving that shit.
Yeah, exactly. And this is his first time seeing people.
Yeah.
Because like he's kind of hazy in the car. She asks like where does he live, and
Yeah.
this is how they find the house. So he's kind of out of it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So when he wakes up, he's come to, and this is his first time seeing other people in, again, 2.5 years, whatever it is. So he's kind of freaking out, moving really slowly. He doesn't know these people. He even grabs a gun. Like he's not sure who they are, why they're here, why they're taking his eggs and bacon, why they got Shrek on the TV.
Yeah, exactly. Kid's got good taste.
Yeah, Shrek's a good movie. I fuck with it. So Anna introduces himself, explain how they got there, says they're going to Vermont to a safe haven colony.
Yeah.
And then he freaks the fuck out, says,
Yeah.
no, there's no colony. There is no safe haven. Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Like he's broken at this point,
Yeah.
right? Everyone he knows is dead. He says, everyone I've ever known, everyone you've ever known is dead. Everyone's dead.
Because he hasn't seen anybody forever. So in his mind, it just doesn't make sense for there to be people still.
Exactly. So he throws his breakfast, freaks out, goes upstairs, and then there's a little flash forward. He comes downstairs and he starts quoting Shrek.
Yeah. Yeah, this mood's changed dramatically.
Yeah, he starts quoting Shrek word for word, bar for bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
Stole his whole fucking flow. Shout out Soulja Boy.
oh shit.
And I noted this down too. I think they chose the scene of Shrek specifically.
Okay.
Because it's the point in the movie, for whoever's seen Shrek, everybody should have seen Shrek.
Yeah.
Where Donkey says, I'm not going out there by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like right when he meets Shrek.
Oh yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not going out by myself. I'm sticking with Shrek.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was kind of what they felt like at this point in the movie, like Anna and Ethan, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not going out there by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I found this guy. He's got all these guns, all this food. Like he's fully equipped.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought that was I thought they were intentional.
No,
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you could be right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they had to pick a scene, so they're probably like, let's make a scene that like actually kind of like ties
Makes
something, you
sense.
know,
Yeah,
a little bit of a meaning to it.
Well, maybe that's why they picked Shrek, because they could have picked any movie.
That's true. Maybe it's the same production.
I wonder why they picked Shrek.
I don't know. The third Shrek did come out that same year. Maybe it was a little bit of promo for it.
It was
But
Batman
Shrek-
v Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Shrek.
Shrek's
I'm
coming out.
telling you, bro. Inception. I think I
Maybe.
just I think I cracked
You
the
might have
code,
cracked
man.
the code, man. You might have cracked the
Shoot.
code.
Are we in reality? Are we
Where's your
sure?
totem?
Yeah, I need my totem.
Shit, I didn't make
Shoot.
one.
Yeah, I need a totem.
Yeah.
So he gives Anna the same words that he gives his wife at this point.
Mhm.
I noticed that too. I don't know if you noticed that, but he said, because he explains why he's not going to Vermont with them to the safe haven. He says, "This is ground zero. I can still fix this. I'm not gonna let this happen." Like,
Yeah.
bro, you've let it happen.
Yeah, I know.
It's been happened. Like, come on, man. He says, "I can still fix this." That like I said, that's what he says to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
When she wanted him to vacate the island with them, he says no. He says the exact same words. Like I said, ground zero. I'm not going to let this happen. Wrong. I can still fix this. Maybe correct.
Yeah.
And Ethan sleeps. So Ethan falls asleep. He says, where can Ethan sleep?
Mm-hmm.
He brings him up to his daughter's room.
Yeah.
And this is where he explains that she's named after Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows Bob Marley to Anna, starts playing some music. And she's like, Yeah, who is this?
This cheese me. This scene cheese
How
me
do
a
you
little
not
bit.
know Bob Marley?
This
Come
cheesed me
on.
because he said Marley, Damien, bitch. Please. Now, shout out to Damien. Like, no disrespect to you, dog. Who knows you but not your dad? Come on. that got me cheesed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, his name's Jordan. Oh, Jordan? Like,
and
like,
name his son. I don't even
yeah,
know.
what's his son's name?
I don't even know what his son's name, but it's the same equivalent.
He's dating Larsa Pippen. Oh shoot, what's his name? I don't know.
I
yeah,
forget.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just
This,
ridiculous.
yeah, like say his name's Jonathan. Jonathan Jordan? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No,
James?
Michael
Bryce?
Yeah.
LeBron, dog. Nah. Like Damien.
Yeah, that was I noted that too. I was like, this bitch doesn't know Bob Marley? Come on.
Whatever.
So she wants him to come to the colony. He says, no, it doesn't exist. Everyone's dead. This is where he tells her, like I said, those numbers, the statistics. He says 90% kill rate.
Yeah.
9% became infected with the virus and only 1% is immune. He says, nope, I'm not coming. Everyone's dead. And the lights start to go down, so they start locking up the house, and the dark seekers start to come.
Yeah.
He's like, did you get followed? What time did you come to the house? She was like, oh, it was starting to get bright. Come on, Anna.
Rookie mistake.
Come on, Anna. He even told her.
Yeah.
He was like, stay out till dawn.
Exactly. As he was even like hazy.
Yeah,
like,
he was in a haze.
Yeah, and he was still like, wait, make sure they don't follow us home. He's like,
Yeah, Anna's a bum, man.
honestly, he kept saying that. I thought he was just paranoid. I didn't actually think they were that smart.
No, I
Because up
know.
until that point, we weren't really led to believe that they were intelligent or had any
Exactly.
kind of like recall of anything.
Yeah, but he knew it, obviously.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, so he was like, yeah, don't let them follow us. She does. Trash. So they start coming to the house. He starts activating these spotlights.
Yeah.
And bombs.
He's set up.
That was
man.
pretty dope.
It's like some Home Alone shit.
Yeah. You're right.
This is the
It's
whole
a little
shit
better than
rigged.
paint cans
Yeah,
and
a little bit better.
and Christmas ornaments, but
Hey, speaking of Michael Jordan too, because it was a
Yeah,
Michael
there you
Jordan
go.
cutout. That
You're
was
right.
a little.
Yeah, you're right. So he activates the spotlights, bombs, and there's a window open, or I think one of the bombs blew up a window
Oh yeah, maybe.
because a Darkseeker comes in.
Yeah.
Like he goes up, creeps upstairs, and
Was it dude?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't think it was dude because he kills him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he kills him.
No,
It
no,
wasn't
the one
dude.
that comes in, no. Because like
Yeah.
the explosion happens, and then one comes in.
And yeah, there's
he
two that
fights
come in.
him.
Yeah, he fights him, kills him.
No, he didn't kill the first one. The first
Does he
one
not?
gets away. That was dude.
That was dude.
That was dude.
Oh shit.
Dude gets in, he fights him. Remember, he shoots the king, but he keeps going, shoot. He gets to the window. Then he goes to look for them upstairs, and there's the one
Yeah, you're
tearing
right.
up the roof.
Yeah, you're right. He gets through the window. The other one's tearing up the roof. I guess to let the others in.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's kind of the plan. So yeah, they have like a strategy.
Yeah,
man.
when he started ripping, I was like, what is he doing? I was like, oh, snap, they're trying to
Yeah.
create a hole for people to get in. That's why I was like, damn, they're intelligent.
Exactly. Yeah, like because if he was just a zombie, he'd just be looking for them.
Yeah.
Make sure to check the tub. Did they check?
Why didn't he go in the tub? Why did they go to the lab?
You're right.
If he went to the...
If they went to the tub, they would have been safe.
They fucked him up, Anna fucked him up. He had a whole game plan. You go to the tub, you're safe. It's like going under the bed for the boogeyman. He can't get you under
exactly.
there.
It's
or
like
under your blanket.
Under your blanket. Yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was a kid, I remember I used to turn off the light of my
Yeah.
room and then run and hide under the blanket. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally
good.
safe.
Yeah, you're good.
This impenetrable shield of blanket cannot be broken, just like his bathtub. They should have been in the tub. You're right. Plot hole. We just discovered a plot hole. Should have been in the tub. So, like you said, he fights one of them off, and the other one's ripping through the ceiling.
Yeah.
He kills that one, but a bunch more are coming in. So he gets Anna and Ethan, and they go down into the lab. They lock the door, but obviously they break in. They lock themselves in behind this glass shield, and they notice the dark seeker that he had trapped and was testing vaccines on was getting better.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Oh,
she's
shit. Yeah,
she's
something's-
cured. Like it's working. He pulls the blood out, so gives the blood to Anna and Ethan, hides them in this little
Like bunker,
locker, this little
whatever.
bunker
Yeah, I don't know,
locker
yeah.
thing. And she says, "Yeah, come in here. Like you'll be safe. Stay with us."
There's room for you.
Yeah. And he's like, "Nope, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. They're not gonna stop."
Yeah.
Grabs a grenade, jumps into the fire, blows them all up.
Yeah, it was, and I read at Dude too. So because Dude
Yeah, it
was
was
his
Dude.
main. Yeah, it was Dude.
Yeah, because the Darkseekers come in, they start trying to break the glass.
Oh, yeah, and
Dude
Dude
comes in and says, "Get out of my way!" No, he starts fighting them off, pulling off his own homeboys. He's like, "Nah, it's got to be."
He's like, I got him locked up. He's like, that's my guy.
That's
yo."
my guy.
Yeah, we're going out doing.
It's like Voldemort and Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah,
he's like, "No,
basically.
I'm gonna be the one to
Yeah,
kill this guy.
exactly.
It's me. I'm. Do you know who I am?
I'm Dude.
I'm Dude."
We need. If only IMDb was like Wikipedia, you could edit the stuff. We just change his name to Dude.
Yeah.
because it probably just says Darkseeker #1 or something
he's
like
Dude.
that. This Dude.
I hope his name's Dude. I really hope it is. This is when, or right before they actually go in the bunker, he notices the butterfly tattoo
Oh yeah.
on Anna's, like the back of her neck or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Because Marley earlier in the movie, when he was getting her off the island, was saying, "Look, Daddy, it's a butterfly."
yeah.
So it kind of reminded him back to that. And Anna, one of the reasons she was saying how they heard him on the radio and found him, why they're going to Safe Haven, why she knows it's there, she was basically saying because a higher power.
Yeah.
Basically, God told me to go to the seaport. God is telling me that there's this Safe Haven exists, and
Yeah. She
and-
said
and
God's
it's
plan.
real. And then the butterfly tattoo, and this is kind of what flips in Will's mind, and this is when he gives her the blood. So I was like, is one of the themes or messages in this movie that God is real?
I guess
Because he was like, because he didn't believe at all
Yeah.
in God or anything
No,
like
for
that.
sure.
And she does, and then the whole butterfly thing connecting it, like that is just coincidence, I
Yeah.
suppose. But like, are they trying to tell us that God is real?
I don't know.
More
I guess-
Inception,
Yeah.
dude. We're getting brainwashed, man. I'm telling you.
Oh god, man.
And then we see the final shot. We see Anna and Ethan driving to Vermont. They find the safe haven. They come in and they deliver the cure, the blood, and hope is restored. They'll somehow, I suppose, be able to cure everybody and
Yeah, I know.
get the world back. So, yeah, I don't know exactly how that would work. Because, I mean, the way he was administering it was a needle.
Yeah.
Are you going to catch each one and, like, give him a needle? I don't know.
I
exactly
don't
how
know.
that'll
Like,
work.
I guess, like, they take his blood and then they try to, I don't know, make copies of whatever they find. I don't know.
Yeah, I can understand at least how they could get the cure
Yeah.
from the blood.
Oh,
But how
yeah.
would you then...
Oh, then actually
Administer
distribute
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
maybe it's like a forest fire type thing and you just drop his blood all over like a bunch of them kind of thing.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know. I don't
But
know
again,
science like that.
I don't really care about that much.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just that the hope is
no, it's just a
restored. I
talking
just thought
point.
about
Yeah,
it.
it's just a talking point.
So yeah, that's the end of the movie. So Robert dies saving Anna and Ethan, protecting hope and the cure for the future, and he's now a changed man that believes in God.
He's dead.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's gonna find out. if
Yeah,
God's
I guess
real.
that's true.
He found out.
That's true. Do you want to talk about the alternate ending? You want to?
Yeah, go for it.
No, I mean, you go into it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the alternate ending is in the lab at the end when all the Darkseekers come into the house. They're in the lab and they lock themselves behind the glass. So all of that is the same. And this is where it stops. So the Alpha Darkseeker, our
Dude.
boy Dude, just wants his mate back.
Yeah.
So the female Darkseeker that's on the table that he was vaccinating, he starts breaking the glass, and apparently even he was supposed to break the glass in the shape of a butterfly, and that's when
Okay.
Will kind of is, again, that callback to his
Yeah.
daughter, and then when he breaks into the room, he grabs his mate, and then him and Will have kind of like a stare down, and then that's when Will's like, oh, he doesn't want to kill me, he just wants his girl back.
Yeah.
And then so he basically like unlocks her because she's all clamped up in this bed. So he unlocks her, gives her his mate back, and all the Darkseekers leave.
Yeah.
And then when they leave, Robert looks at all the pictures in his lab of all the many test subjects
Yeah.
that he's gathered through the years and testing different vaccines on that died, obviously. And he realizes that in the Darkseeker's eyes, he's a monster because he's stealing
true.
them and like experimenting on them, basically, right? So he abandons his research and he goes with Anna and Ethan to the colony, basically.
Yeah.
So he survives. he realizes that the Darkseeker is they're more human than he thinks.
Yeah.
And that maybe they don't even necessarily need to be
Yeah,
cured per
cured,
se. You know, they're their own sentinel beings. And he goes with Anna and Ethan.
Yeah, because to the point, it's not like they only showed aggression towards him. We don't really know how they act day to day. Yeah, sure, they may be killing like deer and stuff, but like at the end of the day, we kill. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, we kill animals and we eat and we hunt.
Right.
They're not doing it as cleanly. They're just going straight to the source.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they were eating the non-infected.
Yeah.
But that, again, same thing, could have just been like as a food source. It's not that they're hostile toward them. You know what I mean?
And maybe they're evolving.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That could be true too. I mean, it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
But so what do you think would have been a better ending? Like, do you like what they stuck with? What they stuck with?
I like that they stuck with what they stuck with. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's more of I think both of them are shocking endings. Because to me, at least at that point when I was watching movies, you don't usually see at least the movies I saw, you don't see the hero like sacrificing himself like that. Usually you see him doing like, I'll sacrifice myself, and then in the end you see like, and he actually survived or whatever it is, some stupid shit like that, which is good sometimes.
Some Vin Diesel shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's good sometimes, but sometimes when it's a little too obvious, it's like, oh damn, he really was about that shit. Like he took his life to save the day, and he's really gone. But so I like that ending. The butterfly thing, it's a little too cute for me.
Okay.
It's a little too
well,
cute.
you agree with the focus groups because apparently in screen testing it didn't do well, and that's why they went with the other one. So
I think to me it's just the butterfly shape thing too.
It's a little too on the nose.
That's a little too on the nose.
Yeah. Well, they still did it with the tattoo.
Yeah, no, that's true. For whatever reason, that's the.
But you're right. Breaking glass in a shape of a butterfly.
Yeah, it's a little
that's
more.
Maybe a little less believable.
Exactly. I think a lot of people have butterfly tattoos.
Yeah, in a movie with zombies and a woman who doesn't know Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be
exactly. They should have tested that scene. See what focus group said about that.
Yeah, they should have been cheesed about that. Yeah, and the bathtub, man.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's talk about Robert Neville.
Okay.
I like the character a lot. Obviously, he has to be a great character. He's the only one in the movie, really. He's a really proud man that believes fully in his mission. Like when his wife and daughter are trying to get him to come away, he says, "No, I can still fix this."
Yeah.
Right? He's like, "No, I'm not gonna let this happen. I can still fix this." And then same thing when Anna and Ethan, and he has another chance to get away to a safe haven. He says the exact same thing. He's like, "No, I can do this. I can still fix this. I'm not gonna let this happen."
Yeah.
And he's just fully committed to getting that cure.
Yeah.
And he had every chance to get away, and he didn't. He wants to be the light to end the darkness, as quoted by Bob Marley when he was playing that song for Anna.
Yeah.
She asked him, "Why is he so important to you?" Like he named his daughter after her.
Yeah.
And he gives the story of Bob Marley that got attacked basically, and then he played a concert the next day saying that the evil and the darkness in the world doesn't take a day off, so I can't take a day off to be the light to end the darkness. So that kind of messaging throughout the movie is very prominent in his character. He wants to be that light that ends the dark seekers, the darkness, I suppose. And the last thing I'll say is that I found he was very human and real. Like in a situation like that where you have no human contact for a couple of years, he's talking to mannequins. He cracks at times, right?
Yeah.
Like especially when Sam dies, he totally cracks. But even when Sam's still with him and he sees Fred and he's like, "Fred, are you real?" Like, he cracks, which a couple of years of solitude, I imagine, would do to you.
Yeah.
And then when Sam dies, he completely loses it when he's all alone. And I just thought that Will Smith's performance in those scenes was exceptional, and I thought those aspects of the character were really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, all I can really do is piggyback because again, we're only talking about the one character, so like we're gonna kind of have the same notes.
I should have let you go first.
No, it's fine. Like, what's it called? I completely agree. Like my point was really just talking about like how he's so like prideful, just like, and again, I don't want to completely repeat what you said, but just to kind of agree and just say that it's like someone that wants to get his job done. He started that way even when we saw in the flashbacks, and to this point 3 years later he's still like that. He's sticking to his guns. He's someone that needed her to have a routine, and I'm sure that's someone that he was beforehand, and I'm sure that really helped him in this situation, even if he's doing like routine things that are goofy, like talking to mannequins and setting them up just to try to keep some kind of sanity. I think he's still somewhat aware, like even though he's kind of talking to those mannequins is a little out of it, he's still aware to a certain extent. And then once he finally sees people, it kind of throws him off a little bit. But you see him quickly like bounce back. That's why I joked in saying that was like a quick change of mood. You know what I mean? Like you go all this time. Again, we don't know exactly how long it's been. We know it's been 3 years. We don't know how long it's been since he's had human contact.
Right.
But the fact that he was able to just like reconcile and be like, okay, what's it called? These people are here now, and now I have to change, and we'll see what we do with this. Is kind of just shows you of like kind of the character and kind of person that he is.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned his routine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I even talked about it earlier, saying that basically the whole first half hour is just going through his daily routine.
Yeah.
But I didn't even think of that like as a character trait.
Yeah.
But when you think about it too, before all of this, he was a member of the army.
Yeah.
Right. So and I don't know if he ever went into combat. I mean, he's a scientist, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But like, you know, daily regimen, daily routine, maybe was part of like training for him, and so maybe
definitely.
that's kind of what led him to grow into this
Yeah.
kind of person that has this strict daily routine.
And helped him somewhat keep sanity. Again, somewhat. We can tell he's a little loopy, but
Yeah.
somewhat sanity.
Yeah.
And like it kind of ties into like a little like fact. I'll say it now because it kind of ties
Yeah,
in.
we're
since
going into
talking
facts
about
next.
Yeah, since we're talking about the character, he was just talking about how what's his name? Geronimo Pratt, a former
Geronimo?
Geronimo. No,
There's a real human named Geronimo?
yeah. I mean that.
No way.
Geronimo. Yeah,
That's
Geronimo.
amazing. That's
Geronimo
amazing.
Pratt. He was a former high-ranking Black Panther who was in like solitary confinement, and he kind of talked to him, and he like Will Smith talked to him,
Yeah.
and he talked to him saying that like he was in like confinement for months on end, and he talked about how it's really important to have a routine. It's really important to have a routine because he's trying to get some like something to feed back off to like to kind of understand how to portray this character.
Yeah.
And he was saying the example he uses is like even if it's like you wake up and you're by yourself and you're like I'm going to clean my nails from I don't know if they actually have the time. I'm assuming they have the time when they'll let them know what time it is, or like maybe he's going off like the light. Like when the light hits here, whatever it's time, I'm going to clean my nails. And then I'm going to sit in this corner and clean this part of the wall. And I'm going to do like, because if you just sit there and don't do anything, it's the quickest way to go makes So you have to do things. And we see that he constantly does things. Like even like the movies thing, like he makes movie nights and he has a whole, because we never actually see him like go through that because it's not really important. But I'm sure keeping those things like regimented like that is what helps keep the sanity. And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think how different the movie would be if they set it in the winter.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like
That's true.
if the sun's going down much earlier,
Yeah.
coming up much later, so his days are much shorter, so his routine would have to change.
Yeah.
Right? Just because he can do less with the daylight.
Yeah.
And also, you know, his mobility would be limited because if it snows, there's no plows obviously clearing
Yeah.
snow. He can't just drive around
That's
whenever.
true.
Not like it snows a ton in New York,
Yeah.
but I wonder if they contemplated that when
Like
planning the movie.
Yeah,
like
true.
If doing it in winter was because he's been there for a couple of years, so obviously he's gone through winter.
That's true.
But
But
I wonder what kind of differences there would be.
in the book, it's actually shot in L.A. So
Yeah, I did. I
So
saw
that's-
that in research too, but they said they changed it to New York because in LA, it can look empty in the streets like
yeah,
on a regular day.
yeah,
Whereas in New York, it's never
It's
like
never
that.
empty.
So
Yeah,
they
so it's
wanted
more
it to be
jarring.
more of a
Yeah.
shock.
yeah. But that's why I think they probably never even like thought about the winter thing because they're like, well, based off the source material, it probably was never winter in the book.
Yeah,
There probably was never any snow. He
Yeah.
probably just like wrote it in a place where there was never snow, probably just to make it easier for himself
Yeah,
to write the story.
yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It would definitely be
Change the
more
whole story.
challenging and would
Yeah.
change things. So it's probably better just leave it out and
Yeah.
don't even talk about it. one fact I had is
Okay. Was there any other characters you want to talk about? Or?
well, did you have any?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to get
No.
into Sammy or what.
Yeah, let's talk about Sam. Absolute.
Okay, go.
legend.
Go what you're going to say.
All right. In 2022,
Yeah.
they actually announced a sequel.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yes,
right?
with Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan co-producing and
Okay.
co-starring. So Will Smith is set to reprise his role, and Michael B. Jordan will have a big role. So the sequel is based off the alternate ending.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's as if that is canon,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual ending didn't actually happen.
Oh, okay. I was confused about that.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I was like,
he's
how to
dead.
do a sequel? I was
like it could be a prequel, but
yeah.
prequel would just be regular nothing.
Yeah, and then Will would just look older, which would be confusing.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
It's based on the alternate ending.
Okay, that I
So-
didn't know. That makes more
So I
sense.
suppose we're gonna learn how they administer the cure.
I heard that got canceled after the slap.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I don't know
Oh,
if
shoot,
I don't know
never
if it's back. I don't know if it's back in the works
I
because
have
you're
no
talking
idea.
about that came out pre-slap. That
Yes.
information.
Yeah, 2022.
So a lot of things got canned after slap. So I don't
After
know
the
if they
slap.
want. Yeah, I know. It's like before and after Christ.
BS before slap.
Yeah, BS. That was BS.
That was
so I don't
BS.
know.
You're
I
right.
don't-
That was some BS, man.
so I don't know. Hopefully it still happens, but I don't know if what they're saying.
I
now
guess we're
that
gonna find out.
We're post slap era.
Do you have any other interesting facts?
Yeah, I actually didn't realize this wasn't the first iRobot first I Am Legend movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's a movie in 1971. They made a movie called The Omega Man. It's the same thing. They just called it that. Like the book is, I don't know why they called it The Omega Man, because the book is called I Am Legend. This was called I Am Legend. Like I said, in 1971 they made a movie called The Omega Man, and if you look at the credits, it says based off the novel I Am Legend. And you look at it, it's the same doctor, and he's going through LA though, and it's like this. It's the same movie.
You watched it,
I didn't watch it.
or you just read about it?
I read about it.
Oh, okay.
And they made another one in 2007 too. This was like a straight to video movie.
In 2007,
2007, yeah.
this came out in 2007.
I know. Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
what?
It made a straight to video movie.
Off the same story that's about to be a blockbuster. Why the
And it
hell
was-
would they do that?
It was called I Am Omega, so it was kind of loosely based. Like they were kind of take like some movies do that. They're like this is inspired by kind of source material. We're gonna use this guy's same name, but it's not gonna be
but
the
make
same.
the story different.
A little bit different.
Yeah,
So that's what
okay.
they kind of did with that. But the Omega Man one from 1971, that one's closer to this.
Okay,
It's way closer.
interesting.
I was curious about it. I want to watch it now after. And I actually want to kind of read the book too, because I'm curious just based off doing the research on it. I'm like, okay, I want to see, because you almost want to get more. The movies doesn't need to be longer or anything, but like you want a little bit more just because like this is so good. I'm kind of curious what else kind of goes on.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get a sequel. We're gonna find out.
We'll find out.
One other fact I have, the last one I'll say is
Yeah.
when in the scene when, like I said, when he asked Fred like if he's real, when he
Yeah.
starts shooting him and everything, they actually had a mime play Fred. So it wasn't a mannequin, it was a mime.
really?
And he turns his head just a tiny little bit.
Oh shit.
I didn't actually notice. I'll have to go back and like
Yeah.
watch that scene. So apparently he turns his head just ever so slightly, just to like play with the audience.
Oh,
like you're
okay,
supposed
yeah.
to be able to notice like he turns just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like so if we were in Robert's shoes,
Yeah. You
right?
think you saw movement?
yeah, you'd think you'd see movement and then
freak out.
you'd freak out.
Oh shit.
So they had a mime. I guess they painted him all white,
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
him the same clothes, and he didn't move anything else, and just slightly moved his head just a little bit.
Up, man, that's fucked up.
I thought that was
No, that's
cool.
crazy. I'm just imagining someone in the like back in 2007 being stoned in a theater and be like, "Yo, that shit move," and
Yeah, you're right.
be like, "Yo, dude, it's a mannequin." I'm like, "Yo, I swear
I
that move.
swear that move.
I
bro.
swear." And now he's justified. He's
Yeah.
listening to this right now. He's like, "Knew it.
I knew it. Yeah, hey, if you were stoned in the movie theater and you saw him move, send us a DM or something.
You're
We'll shout
justified.
you out.
Oh,
You're
damn.
right.
I actually did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you have anything else? or
Yeah, I got one more
All right.
fact. So Francis Lawrence, he used to be a music director. Didn't you know that?
No.
Yeah, he directed. He didn't have that many big artists. Like, you probably wouldn't know any of these people, but a bunch of nobodies. I'll start naming them.
Damn. Damian Marley?
No. I'll start naming the nobodies. Whitney Houston, Little
Jesus
Kim, Aerosmith, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga. Yeah,
Yo,
I'm
as
joking.
if
Yeah,
you
I'm
actually-
joking.
Oh my
Destiny's
God.
Child. No, you.
Okay, wait.
Avril Lavigne.
Okay, wait. Are you serious or lying right now?
I'm 100% serious. I was just doing the reverse thing.
Okay.
He really there's so many people he's directed. It's crazy.
So
Like
he
their music
directed what,
videos.
their music
The music
videos.
videos
Yeah,
for
okay.
Whitney Houston, Lil' Kim, Aerosmith, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, Destiny Child, Beyonce by herself, Nelly Furtado, Backstreet Boys, and Avril Lavigne. There's just a couple.
Do you know what? Do you know what the songs are? Like
some of them, yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of the. Have you seen any of the music videos? Like, did they?
Yeah, it's like songs that you've actually heard, like "Skater Boy" for Avril Lavigne.
Ooh.
Like, and then "Can't Be Tamed" by Britney Spears.
Okay.
The Aerosmith one I can't remember, but it's like it's some of their hit songs too. I'm like, it's crazy.
Sure. Well, I mean, most of the time, if it gets a music video,
yeah, it's a hit song.
It's gonna be.
But now there was a period back in like I'd say like late '80s, like. Because when much music became a thing, you just wanted your shit to be a music video, just so you can be on the thing. Video, so a lot of those some things that didn't need music videos, but
you're right.
But no, it's true. You're right though. To a certain point, if you're not gonna make a music video unless it's like a hit song.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, yeah, there weren't nobodies.
That was you threw me for a whole loop. I was fully expecting nobodies. At first, you said Whitney Houston. I was like, does this guy not know who Whitney Houston is?
And then once I got to Britney Spears,
and then you kept naming him. I was like, all right, now he's just
just messing. I'm just messing.
All right, let's get to our filmies, man.
Let's get on to it. Let's get into the filmies. So, if you're new to this show, we have an award part of our show called the Filmies. We have 6 awards, and I'll explain them one by one as we go through them. So, the first one we have is the Ferris Bueller Award. This is it's a moment in the movie we deem to be lazy through the director, writer, or something that the character or characters did. It's usually just small stuff that doesn't actually like hurt the movie, but it's just like
it's just a fun award that we
it's just a fun award. So what was your Ferris Bueller award?
Yeah, this is what I said we were going to talk about later. It's the lions at the start of the movie that eat the deer.
Oh yeah.
How the hell are there wild lions in New York City and
especially when they exploded the bridges too?
How? Like the only thing that I thought of was like maybe like a zoo.
That was my first thought too, because I was thinking Madagascar.
Yeah. Smile and wave, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw that, and literally, like that kind of took me out of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right at the very beginning. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Where the hell did a lion come from? And if they came from a zoo, how did they get out of their cage, their enclosure?
No, it's true. Yeah, because
like they would have been locked up.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? How are there lions there? How are there wild lions in New York?
Are there deers on the island though? Are there even deers on the island?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I think that's just as wild, honestly.
Yeah, you might be right. Well, you're probably right. There might be some deer. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Deer is at least more believable because like the geographically, like there's deers in the area, but there's no fucking way that there are wild lions. So I give that lazy to the movie in general, or whoever didn't do the fucking research that there shouldn't be lions in New York City, or whoever decided to put those in there. That's my lazy award.
That's very fair. I can't argue that. As soon as I said that, I was like, oh, that's probably fair. Yeah. Let's move on.
That's why I purposely didn't talk about it in that scene. And you brought it up. I was like, yeah, we'll get there.
I was like, later. How do you feel about the lions? Yeah, you're like, we'll get to that later. Yeah, that's completely justified. I thought the exact thing. I was like, maybe a zoo. But I didn't, maybe a zoo, but it is what it is. My Ferris Bueller is we talked about that scene. It's the whole Fred scene. Again, it's a light thing, but to me, and you kind of mentioned it too, I understand the first try of the dog going through, you get burned, you go back. You could have went all the way through.
Yeah.
And where to me, I was like, oh, that's okay. And I remember this scene, but to me, when it started getting to just a line, I'm like, y'all can't take a little burn.
Yeah, exactly. You can take
y'all can't take a little burn. To me, that was a little much. I was like, it'd be one thing if it was just like a light, and then at one point they just said fuck it, and they just burnt themselves. But for me, the fact that it got to like a little sliver, and they're like, now let's wait. Okay, now let's go. That was like, okay.
Well, don't forget, Dion, they have the director in their ear telling them to wait.
That's true.
Give them a break. Kevin James is right there with the boomstick, bro. Tell them to hold on.
This is true.
And like I said, there should be more dark seekers.
Yeah.
That adds to your lazy.
Wait, what'd you call them?
Dark seekers.
Oh, okay. I think you said dark skins.
Well,
I don't know.
Are they the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that lazy award.
Okay,
You're right. Like when it gets to like an inch, like bro.
Yeah, it's kind of just
if you're that bloodthirsty,
that's what I mean.
You would just
go
jump
right through it. But hey, it is what it is. Again, we're messing around. It's not that crazy. Oh yeah, no honorary nod for Anna not knowing who fucking Bob Marley is.
Okay. I like that.
That's an honorary one where it's like, okay, it's just like honestly, it would be one of those things where it's like, okay, you don't know who Bob Marley is. Like for some people, like big icons. For certain people, like, oh, maybe you don't know who Queen is. Maybe you don't know who Freddie Mercury is. It's like whatever. But for you to have the audacity to say Damien.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
The fuck do you know who Damien Marley is, but you don't know who Bob Marley is? That's absurd.
I love that. You're right. Yeah, this movie's getting 3 lazy awards. You've convinced me. We're bending the rules on this one. I love it.
Oh shit. Okay, so the next award that we have is the fit check. So fit check, again, pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't have to be the best fit. It could be a whack fit. You just want to point it out. But what is your fit check?
So my fit check, I have the timestamp, 1952. So 19 minutes and 52 seconds.
It's very close to mine. Yeah,
it might
be the exact.
No.
It's the video store.
It's the video
right?
store.
Yeah, exactly.
We might have a different mannequin.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine goes into the video store. His first trip that we see him go to the video store. It goes to one of the mannequins.
Okay.
It's the woman in the all white.
Oh, okay, no, we're good.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
so mine goes to the woman in the all white snowsuit.
Okay.
So she's got a big hat on with like the long sides. I don't know what you call that hat.
Yeah, I don't know
like
either. I know what you're talking about.
It's a winter hat.
Yeah.
And it's got a big front too and goes over the ears. Jacket, nice clean white jacket.
Yeah.
Scarf around the neck.
Yeah.
Boots up like almost up to her knee. She's even posing with her man.
Oh yeah, true.
Like
It's
like a family kind of.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
a boy and a girl, and there's a man, and she's got like her arm on the shoulder, leaning. Like he set her up real clean. Like got her dressed. Everything's super pristine, clean, white. She's fresh.
I wonder if he dressed them or if he just found them in their outfits.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose it could have been
style. If
it could have been
put some fits together.
The 3 years ago, the Macy's employee that dressed her. Maybe
yeah,
that
exactly.
was who it was. Yeah, I don't know. But she was fresh.
No, she was fresh.
Whoever dressed her did her right.
No, she was looking good. I'm glad I didn't pick that because that was my first. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. It's like all white.
Yeah, all white.
Like it looks
Little
fresh.
Boys to Men fit.
Oh, you got me shook though. You're good. You said everything about her fit. Okay, mine was the Pops. So yeah, so that's why you got me shook when you said there was a family. I was like,
we got mom and dad.
Okay, yeah.
Getting fits off.
Yeah, so like again, like you said, the time. I just put like this is about like 20 minutes in, so it's probably the exact same time frame if it was yours. And so the sun was kind of in the way, so like I couldn't really tell. Like I think that the dad had black pants, but the sun's kind of standing right in front of him, like right in front of his waist. So I'm gonna say they were khakis because I feel like khakis would work with that outfit. So I'm just gonna say he was wearing khakis, and he had like this Argyle shirt, like as the undershirt. He's got a wool scarf with like kind of like the window patterns on them. I don't know if you can
window patterns.
Yeah, like like a scarf, like window patterns.
Is that a thing? Am I stupid? I don't know what that is. I'll Google it. It's all right.
Okay, yeah. Well, window patterns like they just got squares basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's got I can't tell if it's a leather jacket or not. Like it's a brown jacket. I can't tell if it's leather or not. Like just the way I paused on the screen, there was like a little. I kept trying to find it because he didn't like stay on it long, and I was like, yeah. But let's say it's a leather jacket.
Okay.
And then he's got the fedora hat, the fedora dark green hat.
So you really like the hat, huh?
Yeah, the hat was fresh. The hat was fresh. The hat, I saw the hat, and I was like, I actually kind of messed with the Argyle.
Okay.
I've never worn Argyle.
You've never worn
Argyle? I've never worn Argyle before. Have you ever worn Argyle?
Yeah, of course.
I've never worn Argyle.
Like to church or something, you know what I mean? Like you got, especially
Argyle.
when I was young. Like I mean, I didn't know how to dress when I was young, so I was just.
No one ever put me in Argyle.
Oh, wow.
I ain't talked to my parents
but
about that.
I actually noticed that hat too because it's kind of to the side.
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking
it's
some kind of Neo thing. Yeah, it's kind of like give me a little Neo
exactly.
vibes.
Yeah, it's fresh. You're right. Okay, I like it.
Okay, go. Oh, so yeah, what's your favorite quote? Again, self-explanatory. Just a favorite quote of the scene. Could be funny. Could be serious. Could be inspirational. Anything.
Mine is not serious.
Okay.
So my favorite quote is when Anna and Ethan are eating breakfast and he freaks out.
Yeah.
Do you have the same quote?
No. I just know where you're going.
He said, "I was saving that bacon." He was so mad.
Pissed.
And in his defense, she even says she was like, "Yeah, you know what? We came in and we made some food. You have all the stockpile. It's so great. You even have bacon. I don't know how you have that." So you know it's crazy
Yeah,
this man has bacon.
exactly.
You don't know this man. You broke it. Well, you didn't break into his
Yeah.
crib, but like you're in his crib. You put on a movie. You're like, ooh, that's like me going into someone I don't know. I go into your house. I see like $1,000 bottle of wine. I'm like, I'm gonna crack this
Yeah,
open. This is you have this. Let's open it up. You know the
That's
audacity.
So messed up. It's so messed up.
You know what? Anna is like that. She's got audacity coming out the wazoo. Bro, she saw bacon for the first time in 2 years and said, yeah, I'll have some.
Yeah.
I just saved this man. I'm allowed to have some bacon. And he was so hurt. Like that quote, I was saving that bacon.
Was that part of God's plan, Anna?
Yeah.
Save that man's bacon. Steal
Steal
that man's bacon.
my goddamn bacon, Anna. That's my quote. He was hurt.
He was hurt. No, that was good though. That was hilarious. My quote's not serious either. My quote is just him just saying I like Shrek. Like
Okay.
when he was just like after he just did the whole freaking scene, just going word for word, bar for bar, the whole Soldier Boy thing, and then they look at him, he's just like, I like Shrek. And I think to me though, like that was more of and I feel like I'm gonna do this a lot when we watch movies that I've seen before. If I'm watching a movie and I think of like what's something I remember from this movie, like that scene specifically, I remember, and him saying I like Shrek. Like when I think of I Am a Legend, for whatever reason, it was like I remember there's a Shrek scene in there.
Yeah.
So when he said that I like Shrek thing, it kind of made me laugh and think back. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be my quote, just almost like a
nostalgia thing.
I remember this being a thing. If it's a movie I've never seen before, then it doesn't really matter. But I've seen this movie, like we said, both many times, and that Shrek thing stuck with me. I'm like, I gotta put the Shrek just to shout out the Shrek moment. It was good.
I love it. And Shrek's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a
man.
great
How
movie.
great is Shrek?
It is. My little sister's never seen it. I gotta make her watch it.
Yeah.
In her defense, she wasn't born for any of the first three ones.
Yeah, I mean, Shrek's a great movie.
Yeah.
But again, that could be something that maybe nostalgia has boosted for both of us. Because it would have come out when we were kids. I don't know exactly when it came out.
2001.
2001? So I would have been 5.
Long time ago.
And, yeah. I like that quote. That's funny.
I like Shrek. All right, so the next award is the Six Man Award. So the Six Man Award, we again we said on the last episode. Yeah, shout out Nas Reed. It goes out. If anyone that knows basketball, the Six Man is someone that comes off the bench and gives a stellar performance. They're not the MVP, but it's almost the next best thing, at least in our award system. So Scott, who is your Six Man?
My Six Man
or woman?
My Six Man goes to Bob Marley.
Okay,
my man's not even in the movie, but he's my Six Man. One, I like the messaging, like the light up the darkness, like the metaphor that he explains to Anna. Not the metaphor, like Bob Marley's sitting right here.
Wait, is that the dark? Is the darkness quote on? Okay, no, I thought I actually had the darkness quote on there. There's a quote on
for
there.
those watching on YouTube. We got Bob Marley in the stew.
Yeah,
I like the light up the darkness, like that kind of connection with him and Neville.
Yeah,
but also he just makes great music.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of his songs in the soundtrack. And again, they play them prominently, and Will's singing along to them.
Yeah,
and even in the end credits, the song that's playing is Redemption song.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool that they chose that. And the last thing I'll say is also what's played in this movie is 3 Little Birds.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is that like a connection to his family, like him, his wife, and his
Oh,
daughter?
yeah, true.
Is that why he liked that so much? Like,
maybe
they were 3 little birds, and
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
But he was almost a character in this movie because of like Robert's connection to him, and he makes great music, so he's my Six Man.
Yeah, no, great. That's a great choice. I'm not mad at that at all. I didn't expect that. That's a good point to have him in there. Did you ever see the Bob Marley movie?
No,
that came out. It's really good, man.
Okay,
it's one of those things too. It almost feels like a Bob Marley concert. His music's all over it
for sure,
and obviously you get his story too.
Yeah,
the whole light up the darkness thing he was talking about. It's in the movie.
Cool.
Go to check it out.
I'm gonna check that out for sure.
This isn't paid ad. So my Six Man actually goes to Sam. Again, is Sam a lead character? Is Sam a side character?
I think Sam's eligible for the Six
Sam's
Man.
eligible. Okay, so yeah, there wasn't really much characters to pick of. I mean, there's a lack of characters, but I give it specifically like whenever for that one scene, like Sam saving him or like attempting to save. I almost want to call him Will. Freaking what's his name?
Robert.
Again? Robert. We call him Will
Neville.
So many times. I forgot his
know.
real name. So Robert
Will is his real name.
Yeah. I'm calling him Will for this. Okay. So Sam saved Will, and to me it was the acting of him limping after he got attacked.
You know what I actually read?
Yeah.
The trainer, like Sam's trainer,
Yeah.
put like a tape on his paws.
Oh, really?
Because dogs, like if you put like boots on them in the winter, yeah, they like walk with their paws up. They walk really funny.
Okay, yeah.
Like they don't like the feeling or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So yeah, she put like some tape on.
Oh, so then
on
she
her
didn't want to
paws.
step on it.
So yeah, she didn't want to step on it. So that's
Oh,
how
snap.
she limped.
Okay. I mean, that was a powerful scene to me because
Yeah.
at that point I'm connected with this relationship. I don't want to see Sam die.
Hell
I got
no.
shook when she went into the room and I was thinking, oh man, go save her. Like I
Yeah.
don't want her to get got. So, and I gotta say that limp alone, I was like, oh man, this dog, give this dog a nomination, bro.
Best supporting
I ain't never
actor.
seen Air Bud do that.
Yeah, facts.
Air Bud, 101 Dalmatians, they don't got nothing on Sam.
They don't got no. Sam is an all-time sad movie death.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Sam.
Nah,
death.
nobody
Sam is an
wants
OG through and through.
Nobody wants
Great
that.
character. She's the best. And like when we see Robert kill her
Yeah.
because he has to.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's so tough, but I like that they just showed a close up
Yeah,
of
of his
Will's face.
face, yeah,
like
just-
we didn't have to see the dog go limp or anything
Yeah, you
like
just
that.
saw
Like we
him
just
just
see
like,
him and he's like serious and struggling, but
Yeah, he
like
didn't wanna do
he's
it.
fighting back tears and oh man,
It's rough.
that's tough. But great six man.
No.
Great
Thank you.
six-man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The next award is the best scene. It's very self-explanatory.
Yeah, the best scene is right after he chokes Sam.
Okay.
So it's kind of a compilation of a few shots. It's not really like one scene start to
Yeah.
finish kind of thing. But like I said, this is when there's that great shot that I was talking about that I really
Okay.
liked.
Yeah, the car.
Like where it's
pull.
right after he buries Sam and there's the car in the street and the
Yeah.
camera's backing away. I
Mhm.
really, really like that. And what I liked most about this scene or these few moments is that we really see Will or Robert completely crack.
Yeah.
Like we see his character completely break. He's crying, talking to the mannequin in the store,
Yeah.
saying, "Please, please answer me. Like,
Mhm.
please, I need
Please say
to. I
yeah,
need
hello to
someone.
me."
I'm totally
Yeah.
alone. Please answer me." And then he goes, into the car, and this is when he's running over the Dark Seekers, and he's basically committing suicide.
Yeah.
Right. Like he he gets flipped over and he's ready to die.
Mhm.
So we see his character completely break down, and Will's incredible in all these
Oh, yeah.
moments. And like I said, that shot that I really liked, that was my best scene.
That was good. I really enjoyed that scene too, especially that video scene too. It was very emotional, and it was just that's a good scene. My scene is the getting back Sam scene. So like the whole sequence of Sam when she runs into the dark
Okay.
room and
Yeah, yeah.
everything, and so we get it's. I don't want to use the word that it's very tenseful. Remember, we use that word. That's gonna become that's our word.
That's your thing?
It was
Tense and suspenseful?
Yeah, it was tenseful. I thought it was really tenseful because just like we talked about it earlier, so I'm not gonna go again with it, but just him going through the room, and I really liked the fact that, like you said earlier, there was no light, and we're just going based off of him just putting his hand over the light, and it's just like a little shot. What's there? Okay, no. Let me go to the next spot. No, there, and then. That scene, I knew something was coming, like I said, because we both seen this movie. When he went into the one room and popped, and they were all just like, I don't know, dancing, whatever.
They're all like bopping.
They're all just bopping. I don't know what they were listening. So we're going to put an edit on that. They're just like, I don't know what they were
She was some bopping.
But yeah, they were just jamming. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
like,
crazy.
oh, snap. And then him just like
And he
slowly
pulls
stepping back.
and
Yeah. No, that scene, I really like that scene just because it was intense. And like, we talked about when the movie kind of started and everything. And is that what we said? That when the movie kind of started? Or that was just kind of the first?
No, you're right. That was
To me, I compare. Oh, we're gonna say.
Well, I was just saying, yeah, you're right. That's when it starts because that's after we see all of his daily routine and he does his daily broadcast.
Yeah,
and then they go and chase, and then boom.
Yeah,
like
and then we get to see that was like the buildup of the movie. To me, that was the equivalent of us with our Captain Phillips episode of when the captain meets Muse.
Right.
To me, that's like, oh shit, like now we're going. Now we're going. And to me, I was like, okay, now we're going. That's when you sit up in your chair, yo, and you're watching theater. You sit up in your chair, like, here we go.
Like when you start losing in 2K.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You're sitting back and you're like, all right,
it's serious.
now we're going. Yeah, that's I like that.
No, I like that too. You're right. It's very tenseful.
Yeah.
And because especially because we didn't even know at this point.
Yeah.
Like we knew that he locked stuff up at night, but we didn't really know why.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is when we learned that. We're like, okay, this is what's going on. Like you said, the movie's really getting off to a good start. And we're worried too about Sam. We're like, because there's no sound.
Yeah.
Like we just hear him like Sam, like he's whispering.
Yeah.
And we see the deer that's dead.
Yeah.
Not sure how that happened.
Yeah.
We see the Darkseekers like bopping,
Yeah.
like you said. So we're like, is Sam dead? Like where's Sam? Like we're worried.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we don't know.
Yeah, we
what's
don't know if Sam's
happening.
alive. Like,
Yeah.
It's a good point to that point.
Yeah, great scene.
And now it's for our last award, which is the MVP award. It's the most valuable performance. Could be director, writer. It could be anybody. So who did you pick as your MVP for this movie?
Mine, you might say it's boring, but I have to give it to Will Smith.
Okay. I'm not gonna say it's boring.
I mean, it has to be to me. It has to be him. Like like I said, 90% of this movie,
Yeah.
is just him talking to a dog or mannequins.
Yeah.
And he kills it, which is super hard to do.
Yeah.
And you need an absolute movie star to carry a role like this.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you can have a movie with a bunch of characters and one or two of them can be weak and you still have a great movie. He can't be weak or else the movie sucks.
No, that's a good point.
He has to
Yeah,
be.
he has to give a strong
be
performance.
great, and he is. And without him, the movie's absolute dog shit, absolute Sam shit, and that's why he's my MVP.
That's absolute Sam shit. No, I figured you're gonna go there. This is kind of similar to when we did like Whiplash. That was our practice episode we did in the past. But it's one of those movies where you don't have that many characters,
Right.
and like especially with this, it's literally just the one character. I already gave my 6-man to Sammy. My MVP is also Will, and I don't want to repeat everything you said, but I'll just give a different point of me saying that he always like Will in the past as an actor has always showed like his humor and his ability to be a believable like action hero, right? So we've seen that through Fresh Prince, we've seen that through Bad Boys, we've seen that through Men in Black. But I feel like, and he's had some emotional scenes, but to me the range to show like that crazy, that because there's different ways you can do crazy, especially someone that comes from like a sitcom kind of comedy kind of realm where it's like he might do crazy and it might be funny, and it actually was kind of funny at first. But then he
Like
goes
with
to
Fred, you
another
mean?
level. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Fred stuff. And even
Yeah.
like the first entry, like Should I Talk to Her, whatever.
Okay.
But the second time, like if he didn't deliver that as emotional as he does, it could just end up being funny again.
Yeah.
But the way he delivers it, you can really feel the pain. Like as you were saying, it's one of your favorite scenes of the movie. And him crying, like, please say hello to me. Like that was just so powerful. And it really just, if you ever had questions with people like, Will's not that great of an actor. You could point it like people like he plays the same character, whatever it is, or do this. Not saying people are saying that, but like if someone wanted to have that argument, you could point at different movies and be like, look at this scene, look at this scene, look at him. He's fun. Everyone knows he can be funny, but like look at him right here. Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And to me, that's just like, yeah, that's why he's my MVP.
Yeah, you're right. He's great in all the. I like to call those like acting scenes.
Yeah.
Like there's scenes in movies where you're going back and forth with another character, or you're doing some physical action or whatever it is. But there's these scenes where it's either like a monologue or two characters like connecting or something super emotional, like you were saying, like these acting scenes I like to call them. And he's great every time. Like we just see him. Like I said, this is why that's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah,
he's totally broken, and when he's freaking out in the car, like he has that mix of rage and sadness. Yeah, and he's doing it super well. And it's great. That's why he's both of our MVPs.
Yeah, he bodied it. There's not much that we can do about it. You say, boy, like, you can call me boring. I was like, well, you can call me boring too.
Yeah, I guess we're boring. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us then. Yeah. Thank you to everybody for listening. Everybody that watched on YouTube, thank you very much. Let us know, if you liked it, didn't like it, let us know. Reach out to us. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the Film Room Pod. We got lots more content coming out. We're just getting started. Rate us 5 stars every time.
Every time.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.